Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel. Peter likes books. Oh my god. Okay, I feel like I'm in Alice. I feel like I'm in Alice in Wonderland, and I opened the door, and I walked into booktube, and I was like, I'm back! I'm home! I'm home! Oh no, that's Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Well, whatever, book references, right? I have missed booktube so much, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I just want to say we are so blessed to have our community over here, and I don't know that I ever even realized it till the last couple days. I don't know that I ever truly realized what an amazingly awesome, and I will say it, fucking place booktube is. It is so cool over here, you guys, and so, you know, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, so welcoming, so kind, so considerate, and so compassionate. And I feel so blessed to be part of the booktube community. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, be like, oh, it's just more of Peter's weirdness. So anyway, I want to get into this video today. I haven't done a video on this channel in like 3 days, and I really wanted to do a tag. I'm like, whoo, back to booktube. I'm back to booktube. So I'm back to booktube, and I was like, I'm doing a book tag today, and I am doing a Books and Lala book tag because I love her, she's awesome. So anyway, and because it's a New Year's resolution book tag. She didn't start it, she's not the creator, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so here, she did this last year on January 10th of 2017. I will link her video below, and I'll try to remember to link the original too. Okay, number one, going in, I was gonna sing Hark the Herald Angels, saying Peter, Christmas is over. Old Lang Syne. I can't even think of the words. Da 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 da. Oh, I'm getting sad. Okay, number one, an author you'd like to read that you've never read before. Brandon Sanderson, because I love Connor O'Brien, and he talks about him, and almost like, no, he doesn't talk about it in every video, but he talks about him a lot. I have a couple Brandon Sanderson books, but I'm like, he is way too, like, he writes too much, and it just seems way over my head. You know the other thing that somebody commented on a video of mine not too long ago, or they sent me a text, or not a text, they sent me a message or something like that, and I was like, oh my god, I had a friend of mine that read him in high school, is Piers Anthony, and isn't he like real out there science fiction? I thought, well, maybe I'll try that. Oh, the other one is the Pierce guy, not Piers Anthony, but the Pierce, I think Brown, who wrote like Red Rising, those ones. I want to read those too. I want to try to read some really different stuff going into 2018. A book you'd like to read. A book that I would like to read is, well, hold on. Let me look at my Audible because I think it's the new book by The Martian. I really want to read that. Oh, I'll tell you what book I want to read. Hold on a second. I really want to read They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. So that will probably be my first book in 2018. I'm going to listen to it on Audible. Okay, Lala. Where are you, Lala? I love her so much. Did you guys watch her? Did you see her Christmas pictures that she put out on Instagram? She has the most fantastic life. I want to be Lala. So anyway, number three, a classic you'd like to read. Oh, that's a good question. Well, I've never read like a lot of Dickens, like David Copperfield or Great Expectations, so maybe one of those. You guys, I have never read, I mean, I have read back in the day a lot because I was an English major, so, but I read a lot of Victorian lit, I read a lot of Southern lit. My focus was on Southern lit, so I read a lot of like Eudora Welty, Faulkner, ugh, I can't stand Faulkner at all. You know, on and on and on. But I haven't read like Jane Eyre, never. Wuthering Heights, never. Any of those Bronte sisters, all that kind of madness, I've never read any of it. So maybe one of those. Oh, I've never read 1984 either, and I've always wanted to read that. Okay, there's another one that's kind of like 1984. No, not Atlas Shrugged. I tried that. I read The Fountainhead and tried Atlas Shrugged. What's the one that starts with an A? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay, somebody leave it in the comment section below. Number four, a book you'd like to reread. A book I like to reread, okay, I just listened to Wishin' and Hopin' by Wally Lamb, and I read She's Come Undone like 10 years ago. I think I'm going to buy it on Audible because I think Reese Witherspoon narrates it because they're going to make a movie out of it, and she was supposed to be in it, but I don't know what happened with that. Not that I care who the narrator is, because I'll tell you, my favorite narrator, I think she got Narrator of the Year this year too, you guys, on Audible. My favorite narrator is Bonnie Turpin, and she narrated Colson Whitehead's Underground Railroad and The Hate U Give, and she is one of the most fantastic narrators. Like, here's the deal. You guys know I love Audible. It takes, like, it takes a lot for me to, like, fall in love with a narrator. And when a narrator can narrate one book and be completely different in another book to where you believe the difference, I love that. And Bonnie Turpin, if you're out there, Bonnie Turpin, can somebody message her and say, Peter Monn is your #1 fan? Because I am Bonnie Turpin's #1 fan. If I could ever get her to narrate one of my books, she's probably like, yeah, just cut me a check. I'm like, listen, Bonnie, I think we know each other better than that now. I've spent hours with you driving around in my car. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She don't know me. She don't know me. Okay. The next one, a book you'd like to reread. Okay, so I want to reread Wally Land's She's Come Undone. It really had a profound effect on me. Like, I read it in, like, 2002. God, it wasn't even 2002. It was when I was with my first boyfriend. So that would have been like 95 or 96. Whenever it came out is when I read it. I haven't read it since then, so I want to read it again. Number 5, a book you've had for ages and want to read. Oh, that huge one with the guy's face on the front of it. I cannot pronounce the author's name. They're making a mini-series out of it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Well, let's pick another book then, since that doesn't work. I wanted to read A Court of Mist and Fury for Mist and Thorns, Mist and Fury, whatever, the first one. I wanted to read that forever. Okay. A Little Life. A Little Life. That's what I was talking about. I knew. Wiggle your toes and it'll come to you because it sets off neurons in your brain. Don't think it ain't true. Okay. I don't use, like, ain't in everyday life. You know that, right? I'm a little bit more proper than that. Okay. Wait. A book you've had, a big book you'd like to read. Oh, well, I'll use A Little Life for that, and I'll use the other one for the other one, because that's a big book. It's like a huge book. Oh, and Helter Skelter. I want to read Helter Skelter. It's been on my, like, Goodreads list for 3 years now. I've got to get it done. I don't even really care anymore, though. Now Charles Manson's gone, and the whole thing just makes me so sad. I don't even really know that I want to read Helter Skelter, to be honest with you. It's just really such a sad story. I want to read happy stories in 2018. Okay, number 7... an author you've previously read and want to read more of. Let me pick somebody that is kind of like random, that I don't talk about a lot on here. Dun da dun da da, dun dun da da. Who did I just read? I just finished something that I haven't read a lot by. Hold on. Wishing and hoping. I'm going in here let me just tell you, it won't be Katherine Anderson who wrote The Christmas Room. That book is taking me forever to get through, and Christmas is over. And I haven't. I can tell you it also won't be Richie Tankersley Cusick who wrote Trick or Treat. Let's see. I would love to read more of R.J. Palacio who wrote Wonder, because I thought that was just fantastic, and I want to see what more she has to say about all of Augie and all that kind of stuff. Are her other books about Augie? Okay, do you know what is so... Okay, if you have not read Wonder or seen the movie, you need to stop it right now, okay? And then you need to fast forward it like a minute. Really, or silence it and I'll put my hand up, and then when I put my hand down, you guys can talk about it. I got halfway through that book, and I thought they were going to kill off Augie. I was like, is there a sequel to this book? And I was like, there's no sequel to this book. There's no sequel to this book? Does he die at the end? I, like, panicked. So, anyway, hand down, that means you can come back. Okay, the secret's over. I don't have special effects. I mean, that's about as fancy as you get. Okay. An author you previously read and want to read. Okay, number 8, a book you got for Christmas and would like to read. A book I got for Christmas. Oh my God, well, I got so many books from so many different people. What is that one right there that I got? I can't see it. I have some Vonnegut books I want to read. I've never read a Vonnegut book, and he was my mom's favorite author, and I live in Indiana where he hails from, and I haven't even read it, so. Okay. A series you want to read and start, A Court of Mist and Fury. Number 10, a series you want to finish that you've already started, The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. Number 11, do you set reading goals? If so, how many books do you want to read in 2017? 2018. Last year, I set 100. Do you remember that? And I have been bitching and complaining because, well, the year went real fast and I didn't get to read my 100 books. So I'm not saying 100. I'm going to say 110 this year. Do you think I'll get it? Like, I didn't even get anywhere near it. But I'm reading. I'm like Speedy Gonzalez reading those books. I'm reading them. I'm reading them all the way through this year. Okay. Any other reading goals? I don't know. Like, I want to read more of, like, what comes out at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm always reading, like, books that have been out for 2 years and nobody cares about, and they're not talking about it anymore. And I'll be like, oh my God, what do you think of Six of Crows? And they're like, psh, psh, 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, I want to read the books that are out. I want to read the books that, like, every booktuber is talking about. And how do you keep up with that? Because you know that top 5 or 6, they just get sent those books in those boxes, and they just sit back, and they get pedicures, and they just read them. They don't even probably read them. I love, like, I was going to somebody's video the other day who will remain nameless, but I was going to this booktuber's channel, and I was like, do they even read? Like, they do unboxings, they do book tags, they do sponsored videos, but I haven't seen, they don't talk about a book that they've read on here, they don't talk about a review. Like, do they even read, or are they just so big they don't have time to read anymore? Which, I mean, hey, if I'm here to read, okay? I'm here to read. I don't know what y'all are here for. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to do a sponsored video or two, but I'm here to read, you know what I mean? So anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday, and I hope you have some really exciting plans going into 2018. The last question was, do you have any other reading goals? No, just to read stuff that I haven't read before, I mean, and to read 110 books. I'm like beating that goal next year. Listen, don't give me a challenge that I can't beat. All right, you guys, I love you, and I will see you later. Bye.